Well, I'm Dr.Milind. So, NICT 2022 November session results are out, and after that, I'm sure all of you have now settled, and now a lot of students have been preparing for the next target, that is NEET PG 2023, which will be there in the month of March. So, we have about 100 days to prepare for it, and I think you must have relaxed after the exam and results. So, now it's time that we focus shift our goal again on the preparation for these calls. So upcoming year is going to offer us two golden chances. One is NEET PG 2023, which will be in March, followed by NSAT May 2023. So as I always say, it's always good to have a backup plan because in our field anything can happen. Like we had two sessions of NSAT, which definitely had impact on students' mindset. So it's always good to have a backup plan because even the best students they succumb to the exam pressure. So it's not sometimes that you are not prepared or you are not a good student, but sometimes it's just the exam day pressure that causes a lot of issues. So it's always best to have backup plans. So how do I make these 100-day count? So if you're planning for 100 days, first of all you have to make a plan. If you are just going to do a haphazard study, it is not going to help. You have to make a plan. You have to discipline yourself to follow it. Also, a lot of things I see on the internet, a lot of things are being said and done, and there are dozens of things that are there for students to follow. But I'll say you don't have to follow a dozen things. You have to actually follow the same things dozen times. So you have to do the same thing again and again. Also, you have to follow the plan that suits you perfectly. Like the your habit of studying, how you are comfortable with your study environment. So that is you have to follow. You don't have to follow blindly anyone, including me. Also, you have to follow most commonly the approach that is most commonly followed, and you don't have to do anything adventurous extra. But there is a personal touch. I always talk about a personal touch, that every topper has their story, and it's a personal touch that every topper gives that give them the success that they desire. Now when we look at success, like when we look at the toppers, so what we see success as in total, when we hear a lot of interviews and when we listen to the success stories, this is what we see. But actually success is not just success. There are different factors that actually affect the outcome. So first, as I talk about notes, so notes is the center of our preparation. So whichever class you follow, if you have the class notes, that will be the center of your preparation. So first, make sure you read your notes. See, when you have a topper, some toppers use USMLE first aid. Not everybody is reading that. Some, use PYQs, custom modules, QBank. Some students have a lot, joined their course in foundation batch, like they were a foundation batch student. So they have gone through these notes multiple times. They have read the textbooks as well. So when you start your race, when you're competing against them, everybody is a different level. So you cannot follow their path, or you cannot exactly follow what being said or done by any other individual who has a different story to it. Discipline. Some students are very disciplined, some students are not. Again, some students will attend some visual sessions and they will do extra things. So this is everything is there that affect the outcome. What we the definition of success and actually the factors that contributed for the success are usually different. So how to make a best plan? Now we have a outline that these are the things that we need to do. So first we have to finish our notes. So whatever notes you first thing you ask yourself, that do I have all 19 subject notes? Yes, I have. Then that is the first checklist. You have to make a schedule, and schedule should be made as per, you have to do the first and second year subject first, and you have to couple them with the short subject. That is how your schedule should start. Don't waste your time doing a lot of things. There are a lot of things available in the market, a lot of classes, and everyone is launching every day something new. You don't have to follow that. Also, don't read what you can't revise. Whenever you make a schedule, we have a habit of making extraordinary schedules. The schedules, they look so good and so strict that we are not able to follow. So don't make such kind of schedules. Also, a lot of students ask about GTs, that how should we do GT. So that is also I will talk about it in subsequent slides. But what I'm going to say, if you ask me a number, I'll say give maximum 2 to 3 GTs per month. Like in next remaining 100 days, make your plan in such a way that maximum 2 to 3 GTs you are giving in a month. More than that, it's not going to help you. So for last 100 days, what we can do is, like what I'm saying, like when I'm making this video, I'm making for those who have already been following this channel, those students who have maybe seeing this video for the first time. I have already released a planner, extensive planner for the first read and revision in other videos, so you can follow that. I'm mainly talking about revision because now most of you must have completed your first revision, and now it's time that last 100 days we have to use mainly for revision. So 40 days that will be starting from today till 3rd of Jan. You have to do your first revision. So 40 days will be allotted to the first revision. And in the first revision, you have to go everything that you have read. The mistake that a lot of students do, that they go mainly through the highlighted part. They don't, what they do, they don't go through all the notes. But it is important, what will happen. In exam, you'll only remember the highlighted parts. And it's not like only highlighted parts are asked in exam. A lot of students, they have habit of, they keep asking what are the high yield topics. See, there are some commonly asked topics, but there are topics which are actually not high yield, but sometimes they are asked and they are in your notes. So what I always advise, that when you read your notes for the first time, it is your first revision, and when you read your first revision, you go through everything that you have read before. That is why I have allotted extra days. In the second revision, then you focus on the highlighted part. Here you need to focus mainly on the high yield areas, and that is when you read the highlighted part. Again, in the third division, you do the same, and here you need to mug up things. Last 5 days, we have to, again, as I always say, that you have to spare last 5 days. Don't keep any subject for the last 3 to 5 days of your exam. Focus mainly on the mnemonics, charts, and like enzymes in the biochemistry, IPCs, and everything. So these are very volatile topics, and if you start reading them and remembering them now, only you will forget them till exam. So keep that for the last 3 to 5 days. So how to, if you're having difficulty making schedule, it's just a outline I have given. There are a lot of videos I have put about extensive and detailed timetable. Just not to make this video longer, I have skipped that part. But here I have given an overview, and you can check out those videos and you can make schedule accordingly. So how do you allot a day for a 40 days revision plan? So most of the days you have to spend on the subjects which are high yield. So my concept of rank building, rank maintaining, and rank deciding subject, most of you must be aware. So rank building subjects are the one who are going to build your rank, and these subjects are going to be a baseline of your preparation, which are your first and second year subject. So allow 5 days for each and read them for 35 hours. So total, if you give 7 hours daily for it, so 35 hours will be allotted to them. And in 5 days, you can finish these rank building subjects. So anatomy, physio, biochem, patho, pharma, micro, 5 days each. So after that, surgery and obs-gynae. So from major subject, which are rank maintaining subject, I will say surgery and obs-gynae are definitely high. So we will give 5 days for them. So 35 hours. So these are around 8 subjects. So 40 days are done. So these are the 40 days you will arrange them in line. Simultaneously, you will allot 3.5 hours daily for other subjects like psychiatry, radio, ortho, anesthesia, FMT, derma, pediatrics, ENT, and ophthalmology. So I have for the short subjects, I have given 3 days for revision, around total of 10.5 hours. So that is 3.5 hours daily. For pediatrics, I have allotted 1 day extra, but that is depends on you, because I feel that that is needed owing to the questions that are asked. Now for PSM and medicine, as I have always said, that medicine is not a subject that you should totally focus on during your competitive exam, because most of your medicine questions are actually answered by your physio, biochem, patho, pharma, micro knowledge. And if you're good in that, if you're good in your basic sciences, your medicine is taken care of. So I will say not to waste a lot of time on medicine. Also about the PSM, there are high yield areas that you have to cover. But I will advise that combine medicine and PSM for 12 days, 3.5 hours daily. So around in 42 hours, try to finish all the revision from the PSM and medicine. Now that's about the revision plan. So if you want how to divide your day, I have given it in my other videos, so you can check that as well. So now attempting about the GTs. Lot of students I receive mails because of my hectic schedule. I'm not able to reply to a lot of mails and messages, but here I will at least try to answer them what you have said. First of all, whenever you analyze your GT, GTs without analysis are waste of time. So first make a chart like this, which I have shown. Make a list of 19 subjects, and these are the target percentage I have given. So these are the percentage of accuracy that should be your target to achieve to get a top ranks in exams. So for example, subjects like anatomy, physio, which are mainly are database questions, database subjects, you can achieve accuracy of around 80 to 85%. If we talk about pediatrics of the LNT, again the accuracy cannot be that higher. Similarly, like medicine, surgery, PS of no matter how good student you are, these subjects are so vast, the portion is so vast, it's difficult to achieve a high. And some of these things change with the time. Subject like anatomy, they don't with change much with time, like biochemistry. But subject like medicine, they tend to change. They tend to have new updates or new guidelines. Obviously, some new classifications they are come into place. So I do not expect to have a higher accuracy. Short subjects again, you will not see a lot of changes. You will see the similar kind of questions repeating again and again. So expect 70 to 80% of the accuracy. So if you have this accuracy, with time you will get around 552, that score that you expect to get into a commanding positions. Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm not telling you to be the rank one, but I'm showing here a path where you can get a rank which will get you any branch that you want. Now, a lot of students have this issue of score not improving. So whenever you analyze your GT in such a way, like which I have shown you, and there are students who have mailed me their charts, and they are showing improvement after doing analysis in this way. So as soon as you move away with your GTs, and as soon as you give more GTs and give more, in first GTs maybe you will be weak in some subjects, but as the time will improve, you will work on those subjects, and then eventually you will get your target percentage. So you don't have to worry about that part. Now, if you're someone who is consistently scoring less than 100 questions correct, so this tells you that your rank building subjects and your rank maintaining subjects are weak, which are basically your first and second your subject, which I showed you earlier, like anatomy, biochemistry, physio, micro, path, and pharma, along with your obs, gynae, and surgery. So you need to work on these. You need to read notes thoroughly and work on foundation. Unless and until you work on these subjects, your score will never cross 100. If you're someone between 100 to 130, it tells your rank. Again, I'll say your rank building subjects are poor. I have always said in my previous videos as well that if you are good in your rank building subjects, which are your basic sciences, you'll always score more than 120, 130. And also, you need to have more of revisions. So concentrate first on your rank building subject and have a proper revisions, and plan your revisions well. At least try to revise 2 to 3 times before exam, as I have showed you in my plan. Now, if you're someone stuck between 130 to 150, I have received message from few students that I'm getting a good numbers like 130, 140, 145, but I'm not able to improve it. In last 3, 4 tests, I'm stuck there. This is where you need to work on your short subject, which are your rank deciding subject, because a lot of questions come from the short subject, and a lot of students keep them, and they mainly focus on medicine, and they waste a lot of time on medicine. I'm telling you, medicine is never going to affect your rank and your score. So if you're stuck here, work. This tells you that your rank building subjects, your basic sciences are strong. So you need to work more on the short subjects. Now, if your score is somewhere 150, and now you are like, I want to be in the top. So here again, you have to plan your revision well. You have to do your PYQs more, because you should not do any mistakes in the previously asked questions, which are some questions, some topics are new. So don't do mistakes in that. Also do a lot of mnemonics, do a lot of charts, and do the volatile stuff, because this is where a competition is there in top, like to get into top ranks. So for that you need to have, you should know these even subject in these topics in detail. Now, what my GT, a lot of students ask, they say, sir, my GT score is sometimes 90, some like 140. I'm telling you, don't judge yourself, don't judge your preparation by a single GT. So you can just plot this graph. I mean, see what I'm trying to tell you. This will give you idea. Even if you don't want to plot the graph, this will give the score will give you idea. See what your graph should be looking like. See if you're someone who scores like 550 in one test, 400 in one, 350 in one. So this tells your preparation is not consistent. Exam day can be like this, can be like this, and can be like this. So this is not a very good graph. This is the green graph is something that you should eye for. That a consistency. Your subject, your score should move like in some direction. Like sometimes 135, 130, 125, like plus 5, minus. So if you have this consistent result, then in exam also you'll get a consistent result. So this is how you should analyze your GTs, and this will definitely give you better results. Now, a lot of students ask me about what should be done for the custom modules. As again, I say when you want to start your MCQ, start with PYQs. Do last to 5 8 years of NEET questions with explanation. Questions and topics do repeat. The question people who don't do PYQs, they are not aware that the questions do get repeated. That is why there is a difference of opinion among students. Do your PYQs first. Do the custom modules. QBank. Now, a lot of students have. There is a huge. This is a huge topic of discussion about the QBank. I will always say do QBank if the time permits. First your notes, then your PYQs, then custom modules for a difficult subject, and then if the time is left, because a lot of students who are topper, they talk about QBank. The reason is they are foundation students. They have read your notes, their notes so many times that they have a lot of time to do the QBank. So if you're someone who have read your theory already, this is when you should start doing your QBanks. Images, there are a lot of classes who offer image based course, but what I have used and what I have seen and advised a lot of students using is Google search is the best way. Whatever topic you are reading, just put it on the Google and take the screenshot of the first image that appears. So when you start preparing for the NEET PG 2023, I will just want to tell you few things that should be engraved in your mind. First, do not try to be a perfectionist, and do not try to be a procrastinator. See, if you are perfectionist, if you try to do perfectly each subject, that I want to read this well, I want to, like you like pediatrics, that does not mean that you have to be perfect in pediatrics, because reading pediatrics will not give you pediatrics seat. So if you try to become a perfectionist, you will be very slow, and your competitors will move ahead. If you are a procrastinator, you will not begin at all. If you think about what plan should I use, whom should I listen to this man, or should I listen to my teacher, or should I listen to him? What should be my mindset? If you keep worrying about too many things, what will happen to me? Will I get a rank or not? You will not be seen in the competition. You will be nowhere. But if you are a doer, you will receive a lot of fluctuations in your preparation. There will be a lot of turbulence. It will not be a smooth ride. But eventually, you will pick up the pace, and you will emerge as a winner, and you will progress. So instead of worrying about things, just be a doer. Now when you look at your preparation now, it will not be the same every day. Like when you look at your preparation, you will feel like there are ups and downs. The every day will be different. It's not like some days you will study few hours, some days you will study more. It's okay. Your best for every day will look different. So when you zoom out from your days, like 100 days of preparation, when we zoom out, you will see your graph going up. A person who is not consistent, I always tell students about consistency, which is the success for your results. So person who is inconsistent, he will have a lot of difficulty while preparing. But someone who is taking a small step, so that is why I say, don't make extravagant timetables. Don't make timetables to show people that what I'm doing. Do small steps, which makes will make you happy. And eventually, these small steps will add up and give you the success that you desire and that you deserve. Lastly, disappear for next 100 days, and I can promise you that you shall emerge victorious. Stay away from the social media. There are a lot of apps, lot of people on the media, and they will tell you, you will listen to them, or you will follow certain pages, or you'll be subscribed to certain apps. I'm telling you, this will be a distraction, because once you open your phone, it will again be a distraction for you. So come to you. I'm not saying even to come and watch my channel as well. I'm saying come and visit these places when you really need, like when you feel like, I'm feeling too motivated, I should listen to someone. This is when you should come. It's not like that everyone is putting something every day and you should go and follow that. You have to disappear for next 100 days. If you can't read 10 pages someday, at least try to read 5. If you can't study for 10 hours, at least try to study for 4. If not 4, at least for 2. If not 2, at least for 1. But have a habit of showing up. Successful people, they do things even when they don't want to. Sometimes I used to feel like nauseous. I used to feel like I don't want to read these notes anymore, because I have been reading them so again and again. I failed. I was not able to secure the rank, and reading the same notes again and again, it gave me nausea. But I realized that this is something I had to do till I become successful. So reinforce the habit of showing up and never give up. See, these 100 days can change your life, and definitely make you achieve the dream that it is. So guys, I wish you all the best. I hope you find this video helpful, and let me know in the comment box if you have any queries. Take care.